This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration. It seems you must attend a palace masquerade if you were to meet the one who would falsely claim your title. Shall we make for Vernworth Palace? I can accompany you to the castle entrance, Master, but no further.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
At last.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the arisen.
You shan't be allowed to attend the masquerade in that garb, sir.
Far from the station, are you not?
Always the same dismal affairs. Sovereign in decades. Have you heard? Last.
There's to be more restrictions on goods trading with Batal. Indeed. Apparently.
Once the Sovereign is fighting fit and returned to us, the peace of our kingdom will be aught but assured. Always the same dismal affair.
It wouldn't do to meddle in each other's affairs here.
Twould seem I drank such drink that I am drunk.
No. We who are gathered here are naught but nameless nobles.
It would seem our Sovereign has recovered enough to...
These festivities are part and parcel of our station.
Is this fast truly to the Sovereign's taste? Another ale can't make my dancing any worse.
Everyone who dances with me complains of sore feet.
What a delightful breeze.
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area. We'll scour all around.
in here.
Open up!
dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground? Hmm? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on, then. Keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check. Lest you forget, these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, I mean, as you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phaesus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. As you can see, I run an establishment. You're welcome to come and play anytime, if you escape with your life.
What was it I had planned for the morrow?
Where to now?
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low for you. Do take care not to stray so far next time. Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason. Ah, excellent find.
Weary at this hour, sir?
You must have quite a tale to tell. You know where to find. Perhaps you might provide me with some information.
Would you mind coming over here?
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad. Glad to assist you. Do come again.
Here we are.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to... Well, he is merely Desa's puppet then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of us, even were he to be removed. But if there's aught that compels my attention, he seems a man of import. Pray, allow me to investigate this.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phases fellow. But what precise... is their aim? I know not what to make of this.
To break the law is to be thrown in jail.
I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work. Then a bribe might avail us, should the... time come. Shall we get some rest then? Good morrow, everyone. Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Shall we get underway?
must.
Well met. Looking to make a purchase? Much obliged, sir.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
This ox cart's back. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
What in the world?
Wait.
This won't do.
This town must have needs. I shall be on top of it. Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale!
Hoy, friend! There's something I've come to understand. Every last resident in this city is hopeful. It made me painfully. I want to live a life I tire looking at this spot. 'Tis proof that I am not. 'Tis something Here is the last of the gold. I'd bet I may not be able to wander the city again. Thus, I cannot say when. Oh, I feel sure. Till then.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon my city. I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master.
All told,
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive. It will be an honor to serve by.
How might I serve you, Arisen? Tis a pity we must part after.
Restoration and reinforcement are the purview of a mage. You'll be safe in my care.
'Tis a pleasure to meet you.
I see, not even the Arisen could resist my charms.
'Tis a pleasure to meet you. If we share our strengths... Master, idle chatter, shop...
ladder here?
We ought to put it to good use.
Let me get that.
This is not an encounter I'd foreseen.
Let our foes power. Lightning crack.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves in every battle.
Grab hold and drag it to the
count upon your strength, Arisen.
Tis a glad thing.
You must not let down our guard.
I grant you lightning's power.
Come on! Show
In another world, I learned that a forgotten riftstone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master? Methinks I know where that is. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
'Twould seem we've little choice but to set out for the place.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
Tis of dire import we unmask the false one.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items.
Ah, now here's a surprise.
Our collection grows.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this. In another world, I learned that a forgotten riftstone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master?
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics. A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few. I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look. Ah, now here's a surprise.
Our collection grows. Interesting. Tis of dire import we unmask the false sovereign. To that end, we must travel to Vermin's eastern edge. Methinks I know the general destination. Shall I show you the way, Master?
You have our gratitude. Lead the way. We are under attack.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive. Come, I'll lead the way. A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? But methinks there is still a way
Alice, know your limits.
I can't fight things back. Well done.
You're in fine form. Let us not get ahead of us. The battle continues. Battle is to be avoided, I take it, Arisen.
where you do not fall prey to the enemy's attack as we pass.
Indeed, you are correct. Tis not a solution. I envisioned. I dare say my own master would be shocked to learn of this.
'Tis not what I expected. We are none of us alike in vocation.
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
Tis of dire import we unmask the false sovereign. To that end, we must travel to Vermin's eastern coast. Methinks I know the exact destination. Shall I show you the way, Master?
You have our gratitude.
Tis of dire import we unmask the false sovereign. To that end, we must travel to Vermin's eastern edge.
Methinks I know that makes for a fine landmark.
I can foresee no reason not to go see it up close.
Tis broken. but methinks there is still a way forward here. I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
This one's shaking.
Go.
Come on then.
I grant you lightning's bang.
Quick, douse the flames.
Tis of dire import we unmask the false sovereign. We must travel to Vermin's eastern edge.
This route has seen better days, but there's no sense lamenting it. We'll just have to take the long way round.
Nothing else for it, I suppose.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
At times, I find myself wondering why we must fight against our fellows.
True enough.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead try to better ourselves. Well done. It's end here.
I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
A new day. We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Let our foes cower before lightning's crack.
It is broken, but methinks there is still a way forward.
There's a shorter path we might take now. Allow me to show you.
Let my magic grant you an elemental boon. We should be able to move this boulder with our combined might.
Would anyone care to push? Here we go again.
Right. To arms!
No dawdling. The Arisen calls.
I am well aware of the particulars.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
Oh, now here's a surprise.
Our connection grows.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
What's up there? I can't make much out from here, but I've a feeling 'twill be worth the climb.
I can't imagine we're in... of a campsite just now.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
I grant you lightning's fang.
place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
As the Arisen commands, so must we abide. Show some haste.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
You there! You'd best go elsewhere, friend. What's wrong? There's no business to be had here. That's for...
That man just...
You'd best go elsewhere. There's no business to be had here.
Oh, you've a sharp eye. You wonder how I know? For starters, 'tisn't just me. Naught mysterious about it. We've our sources, and that... Don't worry yourself. Can't offer you any help, though. Still, I suppose I could give you a bit of advice. If I were you, I'd try to... I've a hefty wager riding on you, cuz.
All that obscure advice, only to depart with nary a word of explanation. Shall we try doing what she did to us, then?
Is that who I think it is? Or you need of me?
Fancy a look at my wares? Fancy a look at my wares?
Do come again.
Quiet as a...
Ah, you must be the visitor I've heard so much about. You would know of our village? As you can see, is there aught else I can help you with, sir? Arthur. At least, no one by that name lives here. As you like, sir.
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
Hail! I take it you're the outside. How'd he know to expect you? Why not ask him yourself? You'll find...
Tread carefully. It seems our every step is being watched.
'Tis eerie, but we must needs press on.
Greetings. I must say, I trust you are enjoying your... If you have any questions, ask away. I should be glad... You're curious what I know of. Naturally, I'm not the only one. Our village has its own network of spies. You're the second Arisen to come to Vermont. In response, she's... Oops. Don't misunderstand. I know those who deal in information must ne'er align themselves. Is there aught else you care to ask? Arthur, I've lived in this village many a year, but is there aught else you care to ask? If aught about our humble village seems strange to you, for 'tis here that thieves are instructed in to begin with. Those who wander into the village, of course, you are no exception. Which is to say, you have my approval. As is there aught else you care to ask? Aye. Take care then. Is there aught else you care to ask? Aye. Take care then. You, sir, are worthy of inheritance. Once mastered, 'twill allow you to fell all for...
The Maester's teaching is yours, Arisen. I dare say there's no truer sign of mastery, nor better reward for your efforts.
I shall strive to learn from your example, that I might reach new heights of my own.
Here to ask aught of me, are you?
'Tis a letter most inscrutable, and I fear 'twill remain as such if we cannot find another piece to this puzzle. A common reward, frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Aught you need of me? If you're curious.
Fine place to collect.
This is the inn. We've root calls. Nothing's free in this world. 'Tis a blessing to find myself so busy. Glad to be of service, sir.
Ah, you must be the Arthur. At least no one by that name lives. You would know of our village? Is there aught else I can help you with, sir? As you likes.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
You best go elsewhere. There's no business to be had here. That's...
If I were to give, I've a hefty wager riding on you, cuz.
Fancy a look at my wares? Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Do come again.
You made it after all. Guess that means... Dear me. You didn't disappoint, did you? You've done well. Seems only fair. What can I say? Not many people bother with this place. Luckily, anyway. Most visitors get fooled. We send them packing with a trifle, and if they don't question it, good. We only train the rare few who make it here. That all you wanted to ask? Figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral. Ordinary. But I suppose I can tell you, his real name is Dara. But he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? After he were men and women of that's why he was cast out. That all you wanted to ask? For all this, Dara was in lines, but he failed. Took a massive injury to the chest during, so the title fell. That's when he went off, saying he used the... And what a scheme that turned out. Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a piece. Me thinks he needs something to remind. Now, as to the Maester's teaching, not sure you...
You're the one, then? Fine. I'd hoped I'd...
Thank you, sir.
That all you wanted to... Aye. Till next time.
I'm just grateful I got...
My apologies for the wait. We grew further apart than I'd anticipated.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
Not much going.
You're here. I've been waiting for you.
Ah, you must be the Dara. In fact, if e'er you should meet him, pray inform him, as you like.
This is the head course. Nothing's free in this world.
Do stop by again. This is an outrage.
Stop that!
Fancy a look at my wares? Fancy a look at my wares? Do come again.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here? Oh, what does this say?
Let's have a look then.
Well met, sir.
Not a care in the world.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to... I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, Your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a minister who happens to be one of the Queen from the pains he took to remain on scene. That alone is reason to suspect a connection. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his... He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers. I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray.
We have been in...
There is much we ought to tend to. Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, Your Majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an... I see. If Your Majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I'm... but of course. A clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny... Furthermore, 'twill serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an and all the while, the doubts lurk. A clever ploy indeed. I've no doubt that this bill will prove its worth in due course.
So the false sovereign operates at the behest... Queen Regent Diza. This spider has woven her web rather carefully. 'Twould seem we've a need to visit the palace. Let us make for the palace, but... You might investigate Minister Allard's chamber.
Welcome to Bjorn's armor, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, hope to see you again.
Good evening, sir. I trust... You fared all right on the road? Much obliged. The solution eludes me, but I'm certain there is one. It's been a hard day.
Master, a heavy pack will only slow you down. You ought to take stock of your belongings.
Lessening our load will help to keep us light on our feet.
Pray and ne'er put gold in my pocket.
The hour for prayer. 'Tis here that I beg you to conduct yourself with care and with a reverence befitting of one who walks among your patronage is much.
One wakestone shard is a mere rock, but combined they can work. Miracle.
We ought to keep it with care, lest we lose it.
Thanks, I suppose.
You there! Oh,
shit! We're in for it now.
With all likelihood, he is an agent dispatched from Batal. Pray, let us have... We will hear all he has to say before the week is out.
Yes, sir!
Not a care in the world, just as it should be. Might I interest you in my humble wares? Much obliged, sir.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find. It seems we must part with you. Are the... Follow me!
I cannot afford another night of cavorting. I always draw a short straw.
I must ask you to leave this place at once.
Do you recall that package from Batawa delivered to Minister's Chambers last week? Well,
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent kin to...
Oh, perhaps the boy has finally grown what?
My lord.
Oh, unring your... As if anyone in this... Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in...
Surely none more important than this. I speak of...
Indeed. But that, Your Grace...
All my days. I'll take the night watch if desperate.
Well, well. We meet again. Is the...
Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, 'tis you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, milady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, milady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. I don't appreciate having my Something tells me this shan't be the last I see of you. Off you go now. If you...
If I were to put bread on the table. Weight of my duties is like to flatten me. Time for an early supper.
It is quiet about. It is a bit early for a rest as yet.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign.
What's this? Come, ho, ho. If only my collection. Alas, the sculpt and would wound my pride. If your curiosity shall not be done, the man's home is located in Batal.
We may benefit from pursuing the information.
Welcome, Miss Jackson.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. I know this sigil well. Let me see. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere I make a clue. Though, 'tis clear that though the political situation is stable at present, I fear such a partnership would only put, at any rate, to seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, I will investigate these matters as best I can. Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this.
Phases. Now there's...
As a reward for your Majesty's efforts, you have been invited. You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion.
Whatever am I to do?
Welcome.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we will hear all he has to say before the... Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Aught shall change once we have... If Your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to. Very well. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we...
Interested in my wares?
Might you spare a moment? Good evening, sir. I trust you fa- It all right on the roads, despite you know where to find.
I fear I've no wisdom to offer.
Well met, son. How might I be of service? Welcome to and quality's what you need if you want to. Survive. Hope to see you again.
Faring well, I hope.
Still too early to set out. Apologies, but I
Oi there, friend. All I ask is that you hear my request. My thanks, sir. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the... Only trouble is, that's where you come in. See, I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and... Splendid! Now, the carts only depart at certain hours and mind you, don't forget to pay your way before you board. Each cart travels with an escort of... So anyone thinking of riding for... But enough of my lecturing. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time. Come find me when you've delivered that letter.
We need only deliver it to the intended recipient.
Twould take a better mind than mine to solve this. We shall see. We shall see how bold you are in Do not test me.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox...
In every age, when the hence, pawns are treated with respect, as a matter of course. Not to mention, they are skilled. Tis clear their concept of life and death differs crucially.
This ox cart's bound for Mel. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
We ought to put it to good use.
This can't be how it ends.
Come on then! Tis a glad thing we rested when we did. We must not let down our guard.
Fine. Should have set my sights lower.
Ah, here we are. The ox cart made it without too much trouble.
Damn dragon. Hurry, everyone! Get yourselves to safety!
You go with them. I'll fell that thing myself.
This village is my home.
I grant your weapon,
'Twas a lesson in...
Somehow I knew you'd come. You have my gratitude as well, sir.
Ulrika, glad I am to see...
Forgive me. I'd best go.
Time to get back to work.
Wonder if there's any...
I'll set out on my own adventure.
Might we not complete our delivery while we're here?
We need only pass our burden into the hands that await it.
True enough.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
I'd be glad to talk when I'm off duty, sir.
Might I interest you in my humble wares? Much obliged, sir.
Do be quick. I fear my time is in short supply.
This isn't the way to our destination. But I presume you've a new one in mind. Lead on.
There will be other opportunities to lead. For now, let us follow.
Yet if aught were to befall him, I couldn't live with myself.
We're saved.
Looking for work? We've got plenty going here.
Wearing armor all day, Phil.
Wasn't sure we'd survive that, but here we are. Aye, what can I do for you? Ah, a letter from... She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she...
Making our report ought to be our next priority.
Should have said where are you going?
Huh. You can count on me to fly to your aid in your...
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time. Just yonder. Looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
In another world, I learned that a forgotten riftstone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master? Leave it to me. I know precisely where we're headed. Pray, allow me to show you the way.
would seem we've little choice but to set out for the place. This is a very steep slope, Master. One can slide down it, but not climb back up. Ought I to proceed?
We have arrived. I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize.
Understood. I shall watch over this till the hour of its use.
You'll like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
Let my magic grant you an elemental boon!
Careless. Know your limits.
A flawless execution.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
Ah, now here's a surprise.
Our collection grows.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle. Let our foes power or lightning's trap.
going? Should have set me sights lower. Never should have taken this shift.
In every age, when the Arisen fells the dragon and saves, hence, pawns are treated with respect. As a matter of course, not to mention, 'tis clear their See this peace. Protect.
I'm not taking any passengers, just...
What's this all about?
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
This ox cart? I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
Ah, returned. Splendid! The cart reached its destination safe and sound, and from the...
Ox carts seem a convenient... choice for longer journeys. I see no harm in making use of them as needed.
Right you are.
Fairly well, I find them excellent.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to come again.
Acting up today. My bed calls and I shan't resist.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treat... To the foremost, much obliged.
This inspires more as long as you
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
We ought to put it to good use.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are... Ah, yes. Regarding when he learnt of your Majesty's escape, he began in... As to how he learned your Majesty's location with such ease, I shall be sure to inform you when I do.
So the agent...
There is much we ought to tend to. If aught shall change, If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to... Your Majesty, that attire... I apologize for my brusqueness. Is there aught else you would speak of? Your Majesty, do not forget that we would...
Suppose I could enjoy some idle...
Over here, if you please.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when... treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. You know where to find.
Look as long as it's my back's not acting up today.
Tranquil places such as this are real treasures.
It's nodded off for a moment there.
There is much we ought to tend to. Aught shall change once... If your Majesty has any... Very well. The coronation is to take place on the morrow. We shall depart...
Master! Pray leave this place. My body, it refuses to obey me. There is a voice within my mind. It commands me, sways my very will.
Sways your will? Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place, Your Majesty. I fear our plans may fall to naught. Let us return to the tavern. We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation. According to Regent King Sven, I imagine this artifact is the god's way. Maybe perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true arisen. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this god, allow me to speak to the agent we captured some days past.
Never could I have imagined...
There is much we ought to tend to. Pray, allow me time to search for a way. Is there aught else you would speak of? Do not forget that we work to serve...
What to look forward to. Oh, could use a rest. Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Shall we get some rest then? To this world I return.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Good tidings, friend. As for me, I made the most of my week. You see, I grew so fond, and that's when I thought... I can't just give it to you, mind. I've my relocate... Well, friend, what say you? Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased... Suppose I'd best be off. I've my own home to get to. I hope you'll be happy here, friend.
All this patrolling does a number on my shoulders.
Not sure how.
Time to be having. The rule.
Now to report to Captain Brandt.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen, if the information we pry from the agent is to be believed, there is a place I believe it is worthy of investigation. Should yet official dealings twixt Vermund and Batal are suspended. Fortunately for us, however, 'tis an entry permit, allowing passage through Batal's fortress. It even bears the... I doubt any would dare impede your passage. There is one other thing, Your Majesty. An oracle who once served in the Vermundian court now resides in Batal. This oracle foretold the coming of the Arisen, and was indeed. 'Twas by this same oracle's power. The oracle knows much of the Arisen. Should you make her acquaint...
You the Arisen? Sven wants to meet with you. Says he'll be...
Where are you off to? How might I be of service?
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
Sprinkle of misfortune. Pleasant spice.
I will not stand for this.
This ox cart's... I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
This is
Putting that aside.
No means of exploiting my enemy's weakness.
Let 'em try. Watch yourself. I'm not someone you want to. I'm unsure how best to go
Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see the truth for yourself. Hope to see you again.
The Jadeite orb is safely...
'Tis done, Master. Now a ferry stone can whisk us here whensoever we desire.
Greetings. Tell me, in your comings and goings, he seems to have vanished while in possession of a treasure, and if I may be candid, 'tis an item of precious importance to myself, and in my hour of need, who should wander by but the good? You will be rewarded, Hans.
Sirs Offalv and Everard.
So, how goes it? Did you manage to retrieve the jadeite orb? Ah, splendid. Before we discuss your reward, however, you see, in my line of work, trust come. I trust old Ibrahim's eye.
Follow my lead.
Now, where was I found again?
Good day, Ibrahim. Now, I have a bit of business to attend to while he...
What is it? The...
He ought to be finished by now. You have done your title. My partners shall be most... You have certainly earned your reward. And I do hope you will permit me to call up...
Wearing on all day.
Kinda hard.
What was it I had to do? Mistakes this time.
A merchant, eh? Have you an entry permit? Hold a moment. That cart has priority. Lord Phaesus is come! Open the gates!
So, you seek to go on through.
I've no time for idle chat.
What to make of this?
Buy a little something, won't you? Many thanks, sir.
Another day.
Treat myself to a tipple before bed.
starving, I am. Food? Have you any food? Many thanks. I'm still very hungry.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
Arisen, to me! I shall heal you. Halt, if you please.
So, after breaking free of the chains of slavery, this is good. I am now. 'Twould be advantageous for you. Methinks 'tis where you will find that which is.
As a matter of fact,
The events of the coronation are as vivid in my mind as if they occurred only yesterday.
we must needs uncover this secret power that allows for the command of pawns.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be
I grant lightning back. Quickly, Arisen! You must regain your footing.
Confidence and cooperation gave us an edge against our foe.
The tide of battle was in our favor.
Efficiency at its best.
Let us aim for greater precision with our next attempt.
That's enough.
This is generally used as a material. At times, I find myself wondering why we must fight against our fellows. You are correct.
We've got them on the run.
Ought we to pursue and eliminate the stragglers?
Let our foe's power like its crackle.
You're all out of luck.
Let me get that.
I'm sure I'm very sorry. Hear an old man out. Ah, 'tis you. I suppose I should thank you.
Next my magic's grant you an elemental
I shan't let them fall.
Battle is to be avoided, I take it, Arisen.
Where you do not fall prey to the enemy's attack as we pass.
Indeed, you are correct.
fire is its weakness.
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Capture our best resonates this foe.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
My thanks. I'll not let a good deed...
Can it be your loss? The path to the dragon has many turns, but I can illuminate. I know only that which is already clear. That this meeting shall... Can it be the path to the dragon has many... You will find the path you ought to... Would you know the fate of... This meeting shall not...
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. I suppose we might as well gather what we can.
This might be worth a read.
Shall we take a closer look? No one can defend themselves when grappled like this!
The great...
Well, we've eaten our fill. What's... Say we settle our stomachs with a few hours' sleep.
I grant your weapon magical doom.
suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Down your arms. You'll hurt yourself.
Look here. Water is seeping through the cracks.
Let our bows power before lightning's crack.
Some variety would be nice, if we must fight.
The prison has been poisoned. That battle took more out of me than I would have liked.
We ought to consider this a lesson. This is what befalls one who lets down their guard. Evidently, it is a contraption that allows for travel betwixt 2 points. That does sound convenient.
Yes, there'd be no harm in using this.
little something, won't you?
Hope to see you again.
With a view like this, we might well espy locations we've yet to explore.
The scenery of Batal is wondrous to behold.
I shall see it done. Might I be of assistance? As a matter of fact, one master I served was quite the carefree soul, shunning armor in all its forms.
Each to their own.
Lo, a ballista.
When better to use this but in the midst of battle?
Our foe excels in aerial combat. Take care to keep it in your
One of our number is unconscious.
I grant your weapon magical mood. I miscalculated.
Take care where you place your feet. Sharp incline is as likely to go off of us as 'tis our enemies. We must assess the situation. How many of us are still standing?
This foe wields deadly poison ought to be cured with all due haste.
I am saved. Thank you, Arisen.
Let our foes cower before lightning. Crackle.
You haven't forgotten us, have you, Master?
My curative
an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Well met. Does that make you be at ease? I bear you no ill will. Come, let me buy you a drink. We've...
Well met, sir.
I'm nodding off where I stand.
Get up to today. So gold-laced.
I'm ready for patrol.
A customer, then. That changes things.
Go on, have a look.
Here's hoping for a...
Hoy! No need to overthink it. You can change it up. Hell, got any finding to share? Many thanks.
That's it. I've had enough.
Hoy! No need to overthink it. You can... change it on a... Many thanks.
What business have you here?
Whatever's to be done. Interested in my wares? Me? Now, this hardly bears saying, but... don't you...
dare try... to take anything without... paying for it. Many thanks.
Just tell me what you need. And I'll see it. Done. You're welcome. A customer, then. That changes things.
I knew it would end like this.
I'd kip just about anywhere.
Oh, aren't you a fine specimen? You're the very picture of... Have you ever crossed paths with an asp? If you have, not only do they spew venom with abandon, truly remarkable behavior. Thus, my task for you, the opportunity to study the poison's effect on a...
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
We ought to put it to good use.
Peruse at your leisure, sir. Why? Peruse at your leisure, sir. Trade's slow to a standstill. Do you come again?
The people of Batal, Her Majesty, Empress Nadinia, has long been troubled by this custom. But a practice so ancient isn't easily over. Many are unhappy about the existence of this tavern, even though it lies outside the capital. I know not what manner of person you are, but if you would aid me in my... I would be glad to offer you a residence. It is a bargain more than fair, for those who hold such permits may remain in Batal without having their activities questioned. Glad I am to hear. Simply show it to one of the sentries and you'll be granted entry to the capital. They are harsh in their persecution of the pawns. A simple plan, I know, but 'tis the only...
How might I be of service?
Simply show it to one of the sentries and you'll be granted entry to the capital.
Have a gander at my wares. You shan't pleasure doing business.
Not buying. That's just as well.
All knowledge of this, however, you would do well to first travel to the Alta Batal coast. and see, for as a researcher of this laboratory,
Looking for aught in particular?
You there? Have you? Now, I've noticed you tend to travel with Paul, so I thought you might prefer a home of your own to stay at, rather than a crowd. Not feeling so keen, are you? Well, you'll... Dear me.
There's a time and a place for idleness, I suppose.
And precious little time.
Got to make a list of the colours I'm running low on.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go.
Is there naught being done to...
My body's not forgive me for last night's scuffles.
Barely scraping by. We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine. Where's all? Come back anytime.
Oof, my pack's grown rather heavy.
Perhaps 'tis time we returned to our base of operations and deposited some of our finds.
Huh? What in the... Where did you come from? Oh no, I haven't slept a wink, I swear it. Well, I suppose I simply haven't been able to devise any good ideas. While I am glad that the old man appreciated my talents enough to commission me, which makes things rather difficult. Say, would you be persuaded to bring me to a griffin? 'Twill be well worth any trouble. Clark shall pay handsomely to see this. I've heard aught of a griffin's nesting place. Do keep in mind, however, that you must needs drag the battle out if I am to Of course, I could look as long as I pleased if you were to petrify. Indeed. A beast. 'Tis said that a famed sculptor of Eld used a Medusa's... Of course, I wouldn't presume to demand aught so legendary of... Then I shall depart at once.
I'll take any chance, not...
Mayhap I'll buy myself a new sword next week. Wish I could go on an adventure.
Boy, what's you walking about with pawns in? You from Vermont? Bet you're as prejudiced as well. Got something you want? Save it. You're not welcome here. Suppose, but I've got a heart of gold, me. I'll give you... All you've got to do is prove your mettle again. If you're bested, then we'll take all you've... Put your back into...
One of us has been poisoned.